Walked out. Boss is saying he does not accept my immediate resignation, and why. Title pretty much sums it up. My employer started hurling personal insults at me this morning regarding my weight, appearance, voice. Even started insulting my partner. I walked out and submitted a immediate notice of resignation an hour later. In my earlier resignation notice, I included language something to the effect of, I will see out the transition of a new employee within the next 4 weeks, contingent upon respectful treatment my final weeks of employment. He very obviously did not abide by that language, so I'm standing on business and never returning. He says he does not accept that resignation or the resignation letter I gave last week. I'm in NY, an at-will state. There's even an at-will clause in my contract. He says he's going to sue me. Does he have a leg to stand on legally? I have record of submission of both notices. TYIA. In an at-will state, he has no leg to stand on. He says he does not accept that resignation or the resignation letter I gave last week. I'm in NY, an at-will state. There's even an at-will clause in my contract. He says he's going to sue me. Does he have a leg to stand on legally? This is an easy one. Just respond with, you can accept my resignation or continue paying me. That is your choice. But as I have resigned, I will not be working for you any longer. That is my choice. Okay, then fire me. File for unemployment. D. Even if he contests, you still waste his time by forcing him to respond. Not his choice. We no longer have slavery. He can sue. He won't win. Your contract is at will. You can leave for any reason with no notice at all. Document everything you can. Then, block him on everything you can. OR. You can go into work with a voice recorder. Then sue him for harassment. NY is a one-party consent state for recordings. I'd opt for the former. But if you know your rights and have some balls, and are careful to not sound over-provocative in the recordings, maybe the latter might make you some money. Countersue for harassment. Unless you have some sort of written contract saying otherwise, he can't do anything. Tell him he can keep paying if he wants, but you ain't turning up. Tell him, you're not the boss of me. Quote. Not a lawyer, but I have watched a lot of Judge Judy. You can sue anyone for literally anything you want, but the courts can look at the reasoning and dismiss it before it even reaches anyone of importance. Since it's at will, that means that within reason they can fire you and you can simply quit as well. It will be a waste of his time, maybe money, if he files it. Authority is not given to you to deny the resignation of the king, steward. Apply for unemployment. Say that you were forced to resign due to harassment and mistreatment. Try getting some evidence. Bro, you didn't resign. You were constructively terminated due to a hostile work environment. Send this to your boss immediately. Tell him he can force you to work when the 13th Amendment gets repealed, and not a damn second sooner. Well, let them keep paying you for not being there, smiley face. I mean, if he wants to just pay you to do nothing until he ends up firing you, that's fine, too. Document every insult he hurled at you. And call a lawyer. Pretty sure he said some illegal stuff in there. Hell, the threat alone might be actionable. There's a lot of terrible advice in this thread. What you need to know. 1. Based on what you stated here, you already know you can leave and he has no ability to win a lawsuit. https www.reddit.com/r/antiwork/comments/1a/comments/k/jttpjp/ UTM source equals share in UTM medium equals web2x and context equals 3. 2. You aren't required to resign in at-will states like New York. You aren't even required to notify them. In the event you do not notify them, you will be terminated with cause not a loss to you either since you already are quitting. 3. He can sue you. Anyone can file suit against anyone for any reason. That doesn't mean it will win or even make it beyond the initial letter of intent. If he sues, he will spend money to lose. It may cost you money. If you don't quit, he can still sue, and it may cost you money. Don't let that influence whether you stay or go. I am a lawyer. In New York, yes. The presumption is that if you are an at-will employee, there's no recourse for an employer. But, and I can't stress this enough, it depends entirely on the language of the contract and what the employer claims they are suing you for.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.